Welcome, everyone. Erev Tov, Chag Sameach. First night of Hanukkah here in Israel. Just lit the first candle on this, which should be a joyous holiday, and which, of course, is greeted in the Jewish world with the news from Australia that is just terrible and putting a damper on the holiday celebrations here. But we are. But we're celebrating the holiday regardless. And tonight we have a special webinar with very special, rare, and unique footage of wildlife in the Galilee and in the Golan Heights with our nature nature protection coordinator in the north of Israel, Liron Shapira. He's been with us before as a guest, showing us his wildlife photographs. These are wildlife cameras, night cameras with infrared vision and motion detection. Liron has been tell us a little bit about what he's been doing and for how long, and we'll see some very interesting mammals of the Galilee and the Golan Heights moving through the brush and past fences. Very interesting stuff. Hello, Mary, and please let us know where you're from in the chats. Thank you, everybody, for joining on this evening here in Israel and morning and afternoon from around the world where you all are. Thanks everybody for being here, and we're already late, so Liron, let's get moving. Nice to have you with us. I saw this footage a few days ago on a company-wide webinar that we did, and I was really impressed and really excited to see it. So I'm hoping our global audience will have that
Yeah.
chance.
So tonight you will see some new stuff.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so hello everyone. So as Jay said, my name is Liron Shapira. I'm in the nature protection quarter of our Society of Nature Protection in Israel. Managing the Northern District, and as part of the things I do, the ecological corridors are a very important issue in the things that we do, and the ability of animals to move freely from area to area and from zone to zone is something which is very important, and we are doing a lot of effort to make sure that these corridors and these areas will not be blocked. So what are the things that can block or are blocking the ecological corridors? Some of them are buildings, some of them are roads, some of them are new neighborhoods, it can be military bases, but some are fences. And fences um, can be placed in places for various of reasons. Most of the common reasons are for agriculture of all kind. So the things that I will show you today are trail cameras that I placed in specific areas where, according to some scouting that I do, I try to spot the places where animal cross and where animal trails. And what I try to do is to put my cameras in areas where I see the fence, and then I can track or monitor the behavior of animals, what they do when they come and they need to cross this fence. So the first thing that I will show you is from the Upper Galilee, and there's various kinds of animals there. we're not going to see everybody, but I just tell you that we have rabbits, porcupines, badgers, jackals, gazelles, fallow deer, wolves, and it's really a big variety of animals that you hardly see during the day, and a lot of the footage is during the night. So the trail camera has an infrared light that it doesn't disturb the animals. Um, and let's see the first movie. I hope you see everything. Jay, can you give me a feedback if you see the movie?
Yeah, we see the title page, Yachmorim v'Gdarot Bakar,
Okay.
Kivun Matzlemot.
All right. So this is me, and I wave at the camera so I can be sure that the camera is at the right place. Okay. And you see the fellow deer, you see a big male. So this is an olive orchard inside of a nature reserve, and you see them coming to feed. They're coming out of the woods into the open area. Whoop! Did you see that? Because this is a little bit in slow motion because it happens very fast. You see, they just jump over the fence. Now you see the females now. Now you see the calf. You see that is bouncing the barbed wire.
Yeah,
Now you see the female jumping over, and you will see a big male jumping over. It's another one. This is during the day. Now you see the barbed wire is not so fixed now, is not so good, so they use it and they cross between the lines. But you see the legs how they a little bit tangled.
hmm
So this is a big male running through the fence. It's a dark night. Yeah, what we see is infrared light, but for the animal is total darkness. So it's really amazing that how they find their way. So look, this male is trying to cross, but then he got stuck in the barbed wire and he goes back. So the light you see behind him is another camera that I have there. He doesn't see this light, he's doesn't care about this light because he doesn't see it. So he come back again and now is crossing. Okay. So this is what happened when the fence is old and is not so good. So they take advantage of it and they jump. You see, they jump over and also they cross between the lines. And I have a lot of I did a lot of documentary in this situation. And what happened like about a month and a half ago that they fixed the fence. So when they fix the fence, it gives me like a scientific research. So I know I have documentation what happens before the fence was fixed, and now I have what happens after. And I can know and I can monitor if the new fence is blocking the animals or they just behave normally. So let's see what happens when they fix the fence. Just a minute. Okay, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw this female is crossing between the old lines. You saw this one before. You see how she tangles in the legs. And soon we will see okay, this is, you saw that before, so I'm running forward. So now you see the new fence. Okay, there's four barbed wires, and the lower one is without the,
You,
it's not a barbed wire, is smooth. Okay, and
Liron,
this
can you
is,
say a word about the wild boars?
yeah, just a minute. What you see is, just a minute. So just a minute, I'll go backward to the wild boars. Okay, so you see the fence, and you see that the lower line is not a barbed wire, is smooth, and this is done deliberately to make it easier for animals to cross. Okay, so they don't need to cross with stings on the barbed wire. So what you
So,
see here is a group of wild boars, and they don't have any problem to cross. They just, they
we're not
cross.
seeing anything now, Liron.
Now you see?
No, it's frozen on a deer's tail.
Okay, just a minute. Some technical problems. We'll try again. Okay, now you see?
Yeah. It's not moving now, though.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see the wild boars crossing. You see them crossing under the gate, that there's no problem at all for them to cross because they have a hard skin. But what happens when the fellow deer comes and suddenly there's a new fence? So you can see she doesn't know what to do, and then she's not crossing. So this was the day, and this is during the night. That is, she used to cross here, and she knows there is a trail here, but now it's closed. Okay, so she comes there, she move around, and she don't know what to do, and she give it up, and she goes back. So now we see that what happens when suddenly the fence is new, it significantly affect the animal behavior. Okay, and this footage, is as far as I know, is never done before in this way. I mean, usually when they do surveys, the Fish and Game Department and the Wildlife Department, when they do surveys, just a minute, I close the door, 1 minute. When they do survey, um, they put trail cameras and they put them on still photographs, stills, but not video. And then the camera tells you if there is an animal, if the animal is present or not. But what I do is different because I monitor in a specific spot over and over again. These cameras are in the same spot for about 6 months now, on the same place, and my camera is doing only video, almost only video. So I actually monitor the same spot over and over again, daylight, nighttime, summer, winter. Then I collect a lot of data that when we do regular surveys, is not possible to see, is not possible to collect. And so what we see here, and I will show you later on, are very special documentary which are not available in any other way we have that we did so far. So we saw that the fence doesn't have to be completely closed. We saw it's significant even if all we did is fix it, okay? And what you see here is a fence which is supposed to be easier for animal to cross because it has only 4 lines. The height of the fence is 120 centimeters. The differences, the gaps between the lines are about 30 centimeters, and the lower line is smooth, is not barbed wire. So this is done specifically in order to make it easy for the animal to cross, but still we see that some of them are affected by it and they not crossing. So let's see.
Liron, just
Yeah,
to make it clear to everyone, these fences are put up by farmers to keep their cattle fenced in, correct?
right.
And so
This fence,
they don't mind that these mammals go in and out. It doesn't hurt them one way or the other.
right. So it's a good comment. This fence is the most common fence in Israel for cattle. Okay, and we have hundreds of thousands of kilometers of these fences all over Israel. Some of them in inside nature reserves. Okay, this fence that you see behind it, the trees that you see behind it, is a nature reserve, and inside is a olive orchard. That animal goes to the open area to feed. So it's very important area that they should be able to enter. Okay. Let's see a different kind of fence. Okay. So you see, Jay, you see? Jay, do you see the movie?
Yes, I see a porcupine.
Okay.
Just saw a porcupine. There you
Okay.
go.
So this fence is not for agriculture. It's some of them for agriculture, but this fence is a defensive fence of a settlement. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now this is a jackal smelling the camera. You see the light. The light is infrared. The animal doesn't see the light. And you saw the porcupine. This fence is really new. It's around my kibbutz. It was made a few months ago. And already the porcupine is digging under the fence and is going in without any problem. And and you see that the jackal is see something, he feels something with the camera, and he smell it, but and then move on. Okay. So we have all kinds of fences for agriculture that those fences supposed to defend the crops. Okay, this is a fence in an avocado orchard. And what happens is the porcupines open a gap between the nets, and then when the porcupine is open the gap, everybody cross. Okay, we see badgers, family of badgers, three badgers crossing without any problem. This is a jackal. This is, of course, during the night. This is during the day. Now we will see animals that can dig under the fence. So the fence, some of the fences are made in a way which they dig in the ground and they bury about 40 or 50 centimeters of the net inside the ground, inside the dirt. So animals won't be able to dig. So animals overcome some of the fences in various ways. And now we will see some animals that dig. And as I told you, most of the time, this is a porcupine. Is coming to the fence, and the fence is closed and it's buried into the ground. This is a common badger. And the animals that open the road, the lead, this is a fox, are badgers and porcupines. And after them, everybody crosses. As I told you, this is a rabbit. The rabbit cannot cross if somebody didn't open. So now you see a jackal digging. This is a badger. What you see, the stones are the farmers trying to block the passes that the animals are making. So now you see a badger is digging. Up, the badger is crossing. Okay? And after the badger cross, everybody can cross. The wild cat goes under with no problem. Family of badgers go under. Jackal. So now we will see something which is never documented before in Israel. You see the fence and the whole of the fence is something about 14 and a half centimeters by 7 centimeters. Okay, this is a standard fence that's supposed to prevent animals of going inside orchards and all kinds of crops. And this is, as I told you, in avocado orchard. So watch closely what the badger is doing.
Wow. It's like an octopus.
Okay, did you see that?
Yeah, it was like birth.
Right. So this is something which is never documented before in Israel. I don't know if it was documented somewhere else in the world, and it was very surprising for me. Um, the badger is not a small animal, and as I told you, the measurement of the hole is 14.5 centimeters by 7 centimeters, and nobody even assume that an animal like a badger can go just through the fence. And this is one thing that trail cameras, if they are placed in in a good place can document things that really I think it's unbelievable. So what I do with the things that I find with my cameras, we use this material in order to understand the behavior of the animals when they need to cross and they need to move from side to side, or they need to move from area to area, and we try to understand what should be our demands if um, we are dealing with plants or dealing with new agricultural areas, which are the farmers tells us that they need to put fences in order to defend the crops against animals or against people, against the people that come to steal. Okay? And when they tell us, okay, this fence is not problematic, everybody cross, so we can tell them, look, it's not like that. Some animals does not cross. Some do, but some don't. Okay, and now I will show you something that happens not far from the place where I photographed this badger crossing. I got a phone call from a farmer, and he sent me these pictures. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so this is a badger trying to cross a fence of an avocado orchard not far away from the place where I show you the pictures. And this fence is 13 centimeters by 9.5. So it's even a little bit bigger than the first one, and still the badger was caught. Lucky for her, the farmer found it on time, and he cut the fence, released the badger, and the badger is alive. But you see that those fences are something which is dangerous to some animals. So if you don't see that, and if you don't document that, it's theoretical. You can argue, and you can make a debate if it's dangerous or not. But when you have the footage, you can prove that something is is dangerous and need to be changed. So this was some things that I had in my cameras concerning to fences, and these are standard fences all over Israel. Okay, and you see that some animals can cross, but sometimes they get caught and they die. Now I want to show you in the Jezreel Valley. Cameras that I put also in a fence, in a barbed wire fence, but different area and a little bit different animals. You see me first. I need to locate the trail of the animals. Okay, and you see the fence here. It's a barbed wire fence for cows, for cattle. Say not, here you see three lines, but there is another one above, and you see this is the trail. This is the animal trail, and this is where I chose to put the camera. And in order to put it in a good place, I need to do some scouting, and I need to try to figure out where the animals are crossing. And you already saw that many animals are crossing in the same trail. Okay? The cats, the badger, the porcupine, the jackal,
The pigs.
they all crossing in the same trail, which is not so obvious because you would think that each kind of animal will cross in a different trail, but it's not like that. They're walking in the footsteps of many other animals, and they remember those trails, and they smell those trails, and they smell the barbed wire, and they get a lot of information from the smell. They know who is crossing, and a lot of information they had. So let's see. I'm adjusting the camera. Now you see a pair of porcupines, badger. They all walk under the lower barbed wire, no problem. Wild boars, fox, jackal. See how he smelled the barbed wire?
Mhm.
Fox is crossing. Now watch the eyes behind the porcupine, and the porcupine will run away because two hyenas are coming. See the striped hyena. See, the striped hyena is a scavenger, is a big animal, is a solitary animal. It used to be very rare in the northern part of Israel, northern district of Israel. In the last years, they're becoming more. Um, well, there's more of them. They're becoming more. They expanding over the area. This area in the western Jezreel Valley, we know for some years that we have a permanent population of striped hyena, but the monitoring was not so good. Some people occasionally, see them when they hiking with their mountain bikes and so on. They tried to put a radio collar on one of them. It didn't work so good. So what I saw with my trail cameras, frequently monitoring striped hyena in an area which is very rare, and it's good. It's nice. It's nice to know, and it's very pleased. We are pleased to know that this animal, which is very important to the ecological system, is expanding, and there's more striped hyenas now in the area. And I'll show you um, some more movies. Okay, so and you see what you saw here is I go back. You see porcupine and striped hyena are meeting in the same trail. So they use the same trail, and that's why they meet. And the porcupine is running away, although hyena is not a predator, is a scavenger, and it cannot do anything to the porcupine because of um, the porcupine have a good defense, but the porcupine is running nonetheless. Let's see another one. Let's see if I have. Um, okay, I want to show you something from Hula Valley. The Hula Valley has one of the animals that the most uncommon in Israel, the most endangered mammals in Israel. It's the otter, European otter. It was never common in Israel, but before Lake Achula was drained, it was pretty common there. Um, we estimate maybe in all of Israel there are maybe 100 specimens. So one of the things that was interesting to me that is to try to monitor the otter. And so I put some cameras and I want to show you two short movies that I made from documentation of this special animal. Okay, you see? So what you
Hmm.
see here, look at the upper left corner, and you will see lights. You see that, Jay?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So these lights, uh, this is my camera photographing missiles go down on Israel from Iran.
Oh.
So this is a camera with a wide angle lens, and I put it here on this rock because you see those dark places on the rock, dark
Hmm.
dots. These are the marking of the otter, and that's why I put my camera here. And this is the original path of the Jordan River. And when I came to see the memory cards, I suddenly saw the missiles going down. I understood that my camera caught some missiles. Okay, so let's proceed. You see them going down like stars?
Oh, yeah. Like shooting stars.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the otter,
Wow.
one of the rarest mammals in Israel and endangered species that most people never saw and will never see. And this is one of the advantages of the trail cameras if you know where to put them and you have a little bit of luck. So then you can see this amazing animal. So you see she's marking the rock
Hmm.
with urine. And when another specimen comes, he is smelling the marking. You see that?
Hmm. And creating his own.
Right. So they're very territorial, the males. So the otter is a predator, eating fish. So look how curious she is. She's examining the camera. So this is a jungle cat, also coming to see what happens. Okay, so this was during the summer. And once the air is cooling, so what happens is a lot of animals are changing their patterns of activity and start to be active during the day. So I assume this is what this will happen, but I needed to wait to see if my assumption is true. And now I can show you what is happening in the Hula Valley, northern Hula Valley during the day. Okay. This is not the otter. This is the otter during the day.
That's
You
so
see that?
impressive, Liron. Wow.
These are very, very rare documentations of this animal, which is hardly seen.
Wow.
One word about this guy. So this animal is not native to Israel. It was brought to Israel from South America for fur industry and was introduced to Hula Valley to be raised for fur. And this thing didn't work out economically, and we don't know. Maybe they escaped, maybe they were released. But anyway, they're everywhere in the aquatic system in Israel, and not predator. They vegetarians, um, and they live side by side with all the other native animals to Israel. And I want to tell you that because at the end of this short movie, we will see something also that was, as far as I know, was never documented in Israel. So here you see the otter during daylight. Now you see this place where I put the camera is not an easy place to put a camera in. As you can see, it's full of vegetation, and I needed to locate this place and to try to understand, to try to figure out if otters will come here. Okay, now watch closely what happens here. Let's see it again. Okay? Okay. So this otter is looking at the water, and suddenly she jumped into the water. And here comes this vegetarian rodent and attack it. Okay? So now look how this rodent is chasing the otter. So this thing, which I documented lately, as far as I know, was never documented in Israel. And I spoke to Amir, one of our leader ecologists, and we tried to find comments or documentation from the world about this vegetarian rodent which attacking the predator otter. And Amir found something, but it's not even mentioned, as far as we know. It's not even mentioned around the world that this thing happened. So what it means, we don't know yet. But this rodent is invasive species in Israel. And now we have documentation that attacking a native mammal, which is very endangered in Israel, and this is another good reason to take care of this thing and try to maybe to take it out of the ecological system in Israel, because you see, um, and this is one of the great things long-term monitor with trail cameras can give you, an information that is impossible to reach. Okay, I think I have two more things to show you from the Upper Galilee, which is really, really new. Um, okay, so one thing is really new, and it was really, really surprising for me because this is also one of the rarest mammals in Israel. And again, a camera that I have spotted on barbed wire fence in order to see how it affects animals. And look what I found just lately. You know what this is? These are wolves.
Whoa.
And this is a female standing in front of the camera. The camera is on a tree. These are wolves also, a couple of wolves crossing the fence. This is during the night. So you see this wolf is looking at the camera like it saw something, maybe a light or something. And look what is coming behind him. A pack of wolves. And this is something which is very, very rare, which is hardly seen. So for me to see a thing like that is a big surprise, and I was really thrilled um, to see a pack of wolves like that. Uh, I don't know where they're coming from, where they're going. They didn't came back the same way because my camera is always there, so I didn't see them coming on the other way. But it's amazing. Look at this.
Scary.
It's really, really amazing. And you know, this animal was disappeared from Israel almost entirely because of poisoning. In the 60s, in the 50s, in the 70s, there were vast poisoning in Israel for trying to kill animals that were um,
Liron, this is the common wolf, gray wolf. Is it the same
gray
wolf as
wolf, gray
same
wolf.
wolf as in North America?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Canis lupus.
Canis lupus.
Same. Well, you know,
And
it's a different subspecies.
a different subspecies. Okay.
Yeah, it's a different
And just to
subspecies.
confirm, the rodent is a nutria or koi poo. People are asking, not necessarily a capybara. Capybara is another
Yeah,
Latin American animal,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's not that.
No, no, it's not that.
It's a
So the vast poisoning by agriculture chemicals in order to eliminate mice and so on and rodents eliminates a lot of the apex predators, mammals and birds of prey from Israel for decades. Um, and now wolves, like hyenas, like fellow deer, are coming back. And this pack of wolves is something which is it's like a dream. Yeah, it's like something it's like something amazing. And suddenly you see a thing like that, for me it's like I was shouting in my house, like, what is happening here?
wow,
Uh,
amazing. It's amazing, and the otters as well. I've never
yeah, and
seen footage
and
of
also
otters in
the
Israel
other, yeah.
before. Liron, I think most of your colleagues, I don't know which of your colleagues, which of our colleagues in SPNI, 300 people have ever seen an otter in the wild, ever.
Ever.
I
No.
mean, it's crazy. The
Yeah,
really
it's
incredible
crazy.
footage. So
Yeah.
we saw wolf, hyena, jackal, fox, uh, boar,
We saw badger, we saw boars, we saw porcupine, we saw wildcat, we saw rabbit. Yeah, and all
Persian
in
fallow deer, and
yeah,
gazelles.
yeah.
Wow.
So the last thing I want to show you, and it's also something I just accomplished to of editing today, uh, is the adaptation of fellow deer to the new fence. Okay, and I want to show you the power of nature. Okay, I called it adaptation, but let's see the power of nature. So you see, a young fellow deer is coming to the new fence, is looking. You see how he smell and is crossing under the lower line. So this is a female. It's coming to the trail she knows. Look at that. Okay, but she's crossing, but this is dangerous. If the wolves are behind her, she might tangle in the wire and be caught. Okay? This is total darkness. Only us we see because of the infrared. Okay, this is a female fellow deer that cross under. You see the radio color on this one?
Mm.
Okay? So this is a sign that those specimens that the be released are are alive and well. And she's also learned how to cross the new fence.
Wow.
Now you see this male. This is really from today. It's a big male looking, he's cautious, but finally, look at that.
Wow. A standing high jump.
Isn't that amazing?
Incredible. Wow, Liron, thank you so much. This has been great. One of the questions was we saw the Hula area, the otters, but
Right.
most of the other ones, these cattle fences, where in the Galilee or the Golan are they approximately?
Who?
All the fences here that we've seen, the cattle fences, most of
Well,
the
the
stuff,
cattle fences are all over Israel.
all over.
Okay?
Hmm.
And I told you I told you that the ecological corridors are one of the subjects or one of the issues we deal a lot because
Right.
Israel is small, it's very developed, it's very populated, and those animals, they can't, if they live in what we call islands, okay, islands that doesn't have any connection to other places, so there's no possible to exchange genes, and eventually those population might be eroded or
Hmm.
be, it's when you don't have exchange of genes, the sensitivity to disease and all kind of things, to defects and all kind of things like that are increased.
Wild.
So that's why we deal a lot with the issue of ecological corridors. And ecological corridors, a lot of them are blocked by agriculture fences.
Wow.
And that's why I wanted to focus on these all kinds of fences to understand what is happening and how significant it is.
And Liron, just let me ask you one final question here because we're already over our time, but somebody asked a good question. So, how does this information get to the farmers or the planners or the fence builders? How do we make sure that all
So,
this, data is
so
used?
first of all, this documentation is new. Most of the farmers doesn't even know that this is what is happening in their area.
Hmm.
Okay? In this particular place, the two farmers, the side that the fellow deer is standing now is a Druze guy from the village of Khorfesh, and the side of the camera is a Jewish guy from a village called Dalton.
Huh. Okay.
So these two guys, I'm in contact with them. They know I have cameras. I send them pictures, and they keep my cameras. Okay,
Hmm.
and they really they're really happy to know what they have in their area. Okay, the place where I photographed the striped hyena is a moshav. They have a lot of cattle growers. I'm in contact with them, with the older ones, with the
Well,
young generation. I send them pictures and movies, and they are also happy to know that they have animals. And for me, it was a nice surprise to meet farmers that don't consider those animals as their enemies.
that's
Okay,
awesome.
so it's really really nice. So sometimes you see things that will really surprise you, uh, uh, as far as nature goes. You see the pack of wolves and the fellow deers and everything. But also you meet people, and it's also a very nice surprise to know there's a lot of people that likes those animals and they don't see them as enemies anymore. Okay, I can tell you that my cameras in the Hula Valley, where I photograph these otters, what they do, like 2 or 3 times a year, they cut all vegetation
Hmm.
because they want to have the canal clean for the water that comes in the winter and so on and so on. And I asked this Arab guy, this Muslim guy, can you please leave the section where I have the cameras uncut? So he said, fine, no problem. So he didn't cut there.
Nice.
So this is also something that we can understand. what is the effect of cutting all the vegetation on those otters and other animals because this is their habitat. Okay? If we cut it, if we
Well,
eliminate it,
uh,
yeah, it grows again, but still, if we cut it during the time they have cubs, maybe it's a
yeah,
problem. Maybe it affects
yes.
the population. So this is also things that
Liron, thank you very, very much. We're gonna have you back in another few months when you have some new footage. Or
okay, fine.
and For all of you watching, thank you so much. This footage will be online probably tomorrow with all of our recorded webinars. I think very special, very unique, very rare, very inspiring wildlife videography, Liron. Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Nama, at home doing back office as usual. And thank you, everybody from places near and far. Appreciate your viewing and your support very much. Chag Sameach, happy Hanukkah, everyone. Be in touch with us if you still have any questions. And please, if you haven't supported us this year, we're a couple weeks before the end of the fiscal year, and um, we're running uh, we're running campaigns both in Israel and in the States. So please check your emails and support us if you can. We appreciate your engagement as much as your support, and we're happy to have everybody here. Thank you so much, Liron, from your home up north, Nama, and signing off. Chag Sameach. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.